It is past 11:15, so we'll get started with our stretch and core. For today, we have 5 sets. It'll only be 3 different movements though, and we'll be doing 3 rounds, 1 set per exercise, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. And then as always, at ending, we'll do a nice long 15 minutes of stretching and cooling down. But we'll get started with our core work. So our 3 exercises that we have today, starting with a bird dog. So you will be on your hands and knees, quadruped position, making sure hands are right underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips. And you will pick up your hand and then the opposite leg, balancing out, extending both out nice and long, and then bringing it in, kind of rounding the back, crunching it in, and then going straight back out and back in. So making sure you have that balance the entire time. We're going to do it all on one side for that first set, and then we will switch sides, arm and opposite leg for that second set. Then we will turn it over onto our backs, and we have dead bugs. So laying on our backs, legs bent, feet in the air, arms straight overhead. Pretty much the opposite of the bird dog. We're just doing it on our back now. So again, extending arm and leg, opposite leg out, alternating with each movement. And as always, you're making sure that lower back stays nice and flat, keeping a nice strong pelvic tilt. So you're only lowering down as far as you can while maintaining that back nice and flat. If it's a little too challenging to fully extend the leg out, instead you're going to keep the legs bent and you're just going to drop the toes down to touch, still maintaining nice flat back though. And then we will keep our legs bent and we will drop them down to one side. Our final movement will be an oblique crunch. We're going to do it on one side and then do it on the other side for that last set. So dropping your knees down to one side, arms overhead, and you're just crunching it up, working those obliques, your side abdominal muscles, coming straight up, making sure both those shoulder blades are coming off the ground. And then again, like I said, we're just going to switch sides for that last set. So then those knees bent, dropping down to the other side. When you're in this position, making sure that back stays flat and your shoulder blades are on the ground. It's just your knees that are swinging down to one side. But we will get started with our bird dog. So we are starting hands and knees. If it's a little too challenging for you to fully extend out, you can raise the arm out and just slide that foot back and then bring it in and then slide it back out. If it's a little too easy doing the bird dog, you can increase it and challenge it by doing it in a bear position. So bringing those knees just a little bit off the ground, you're going to extend out and then back in, and then repeat if you want that modified version for that advanced resistance and challenge. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get started. It is 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. You can pick which side you start on. Just remember, it's hand, opposite leg, coming into position. Everyone should be on their hands and knees right now. We are getting started in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and start. Extend it out. Keep that balance. That back should be staying nice and straight. Hips nice and level. Coming in for that full crunch, rounding of the back. Halfway. We have 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We're coming back, hands and knees, same exercise. We're just switching sides into the same movement. 10 seconds and we get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it out and then back in. Nice rounding, full crunch. Again, that modified version, you're just going to slide the foot out and that arm staying the same, just your toes staying on the ground, or advanced version, you can be up in that bear position, knees off the ground, trying to balance it out, and then bring it in. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, go ahead and rest. Let's turn it over onto our backs. We have dead bugs, laying nice and flat on your back, legs bent, feet in the air, arms extended straight over your chest, extending them out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm and opposite leg extending out. Same like the bird dog. On our back now. And our main focus is keeping that lower back nice and flat, pressed to the ground the entire time. If it's a little too challenging, you can always switch to that modified version, keeping the legs bent and just dropping the toes down. 2, 1, let's go ahead and rest. And we are going to drop our knees down to one side, keeping those shoulder blades flat. We have our oblique crunch, arms again over our chest. We're raising our shoulder blades off the ground in 3, 2, 1, taking it straight up. Shoulder blades coming off the floor. Legs should be bent, knees down on one side. I want you to come up, hold it for a nice little second or two, and then bring it back down nice and slow, in control. 10 more seconds, and then we switch sides. 2, 1, go ahead and bring your knees to the other side. Shoulder blades flat, arms extended straight up. Our final set in this first round. 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it up. Keep moving. Less than 10. 2, 1. Let's go ahead and rest, and we are going to turn it over. We are in round 2 now, starting back, same exercise, which is the bird dog, hands in, knees under those hips, hands under those shoulders. We're bringing it up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend that hand and opposite leg out, and bring it on in. Modified, you're still raising that arm out and you're still extending the leg out, except you're just keeping the toes on the ground to help you stay balanced more. Or advanced, you are in a bear position, knees coming off the ground, and then staying in that position as you extend in and out. Staying with the same side with 7 seconds, and then we're switching. Let's go ahead and rest. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same movement. We're just switching which arm and leg to extend. We'll get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it out, then in. halfway. Five more seconds. Let's go ahead and rest. Let's turn it onto our backs for those dead bugs. Laying nice and flat, legs bent, feet in the air, arms extended over your chest, just like we did with the bird dog, extending out arm and opposite leg. 3, 2, 1. Alternating each rep, keeping that back nice and flat. Or if you need to, you can come down to that modified version where you're keeping your legs bent and just dropping the toes down, still maintaining nice flat back, press to the ground the entire time. Two, one, go ahead and rest. We're coming down to oblique crunches, so those knees dropping down to one side. Lower body's kind of twisted, upper body nice and flat on the ground, arms over your chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulder blades coming up, holding it for a nice second or two, and then dropping it back down. Slow and in control. Ten more seconds. Let's go ahead and rest, and we're going to switch sides. Knees coming down to the other side. Final set in this second round, and then we only have one round left after this. We're going to bring it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, back down. Making sure those shoulders are coming off the ground. Ten more seconds. And then we start our final round. 2, 1, go ahead and flip it over. 2 sets of bird dogs. We are in quadruped position, hands and knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it out. Come on in. Making sure you have that balance. Ten more seconds, and then we're switching sides. Let's go ahead and rest, bringing it back into quadruped position. And then we're going to go ahead, switch those sides, arms and legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it out. Bring it in. halfway. Five seconds left, and then we're flipping it over one last time. Go ahead, flip it over onto our backs for some dead bugs. Legs bent, feet in the air, arms over our chest. Keeping that lower back nice and flat. We're extending it out. 3, 2, 1. We only have 15 seconds. Last doing exercise. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We're going to drop the knees down to one side for these oblique crunches. Just 2 sets, and we're done with this entire workout. Arms over our chest. We're going to raise our shoulders up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. 20 seconds left. Halfway. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We're dropping the knees down to our other side. In 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing it up, back down. Our final 40 seconds. Fifteen seconds remaining. Two, one. Let's go ahead and rest. You can grab some water if you need to, but we're going to go ahead and get into our stretching. We're going to stay on our backs with those legs bent. We're going to bring our arms out to our sides and keeping those legs bent, lifting those feet off the ground like we were in our dead bugs. We're going to drop our knees down to the left and then go ahead and look over your right shoulder. Making sure both shoulder blades nice and flat on the ground. Taking a nice deep inhale through your nose. And then exhaling out through your mouth. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring those knees back up and drop them down to the right and look over our left shoulder. Again, nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring our knees back up so we're laying flat on our back. We're going to lower our feet to the ground. We're going to bring our right leg over our left. Pick that left leg up, holding it in our arms, stretching out our right piriformis. We're just going to pull that left knee as close to your chest as you need to until you feel that stretch. Nice and light, no pain. And again, taking in that nice deep inhale, nice deep exhale. Three, two, one. Slowly drop that left foot down to the ground and let's switch sides. Right foot on the ground, left over that right. And then we're picking that right leg up in our hands, pulling that knee closer to our chest till we start to feel that stretch in our left piriformis. Three, two, one. Go ahead, drop feet down to the ground. We're going to slowly sit up. And we're going to have that left leg out, right leg in, folding it forward into this hamstring stretch. And to get part of your calf into this stretch, I want you to hold on to the ball of your foot and just pull it closer towards you so that your foot and your shin are perpendicular. And then we're just folding forward, chin to chest. Three, two, one. Go ahead, roll on up nice and slowly, keeping that right leg bent. We're going to take our left leg, swing it around, and flip it over into a pigeon position. And then you can either stay with your palms up, or if you want a little bit more of that stretch, you can drop it down onto your forearms. Take a nice good inhale. Nice deep exhale. And then let's go ahead, press back up. If you were down on your forearms, we are going to kick that left leg in the air. Reach for the left foot with your left hand. Right hand still on the ground to support you. And you're just going to pull that left foot closer towards your bottom until you start to feel that stretch running through the front of that left thigh. Three, two, one. Go ahead, release that left foot back to the ground. We're going to roll back onto our bottoms and we're going to switch sides. Same flow, just opposite side. Right leg out, left leg in. Folding it forward, holding onto the ball of that right foot. Getting that calf. 3, 2, 1. Rolling on up, keeping that left leg bent. Let's swing that right leg around. We're flipping it over so that quad is down, hamstring is up. And then again, you can either keep your palms on the ground with those arms extended, or if you need a little bit deeper of that pigeon stretch, you can drop it down onto your forearms, or even going as far as putting your forehead onto the ground. We're going to go ahead, take 2 nice deep breaths. One more. And then we're going to go ahead, press it on up. And we're going to kick that right foot up. Reach for it with the right hand, reaching for the ankle, not the toes. Left hand still on the ground to support you. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release. Bring our hands back down to the ground, and we're going to press up into quadruped position, hands and knees. And we're going to drop our bottoms down to our heels, coming down into a child's pose position. You can go ahead and walk those hands over towards the left. Then we'll walk them over towards the right. Go ahead, bring it back, center. And we're going to step that right foot forward, coming into a hip flexor. Left knee still on the ground, both hands also on the floor to support you, and you're just leaning into this stretch. We're going to go ahead and pick that right hand up off the ground, twist towards the right, bringing that right hand straight in the air, shoulders stacked on top of each other. Take a nice big inhale. And then let's go ahead, exhale, back down. We will step that right foot back, step the left foot forward, leaning into this right hip flexor stretch. And then we're going to go ahead, pick that left hand up, twisting towards the left, shoulders stacked on top of each other, nice straight line. Taking a nice big inhale, and then exhaling back down. You're going to step that left foot back, coming into quadruped. We are going to come into a downward dog, lifting our knees up off the ground, coming onto our hands and toes. We'll place our right heel flat on the ground, stretching our right calf. 3, 2, 1. Pick that heel back up and drop the left down. 3, 2, 1. Flip it back to the right. 3, 2, 1. And then back last time. 3, 2, 1. We'll place both feet flat now, and we're going to slowly walk our hands back to our feet, coming into this forward fold. We are going to wrap our hands behind our backs, interlock those fingers, and raise them up, stretching out our shoulders. And then we will go ahead and drop the hands back down, release them to the floor. We're going to take a nice big inhale and reach our hands up to the sky in 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, reaching for the sky, left hand grabbing that right wrist, and then we're leaning over towards the left. Stretch, run down the right side of your body. And then we're going to slowly bring it down to our feet in 3, 2, 1. Slowly swing all the way down to your feet. Release the hands one more time. We are inhaling up. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. This time, right hand, left wrist. Lean over towards the right. Stretch now, running down the left side of your body. And then we're going to bring it down to our feet nice and slowly in 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. all the way to the feet. Release the hands one last time. We're going to take another inhale, just reaching straight up to the sky in 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, all the way to the sky. Nice big stretch. And then exhale it back down. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly roll up till your eyes are looking forward. That is all I have for class today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me.